COVID numbers on campus are going way down. What could that mean for you?
Don't put that umbrella away too soon. After massive flooding and rain, what does today's weather bring?
An annual Jim Boeheim charity event comes back in person for the first time in 2 years to raise money for MakeAWish.
And coming up next on Mornings on the Hill, there's an election day next week, and we've got all the scoop on what to expect if you're a student registered to vote right here on campus.
All that and orange sports coming up on this edition of Mornings on the Hill.
Good morning. I'm Christia Williams. Thanks for joining us for Mornings on the Hill.
And I'm Michaela Armstrong. We start our newscast with the latest COVID numbers on campus, and the news continues to be positive. Here is your latest COVID dashboard update. There are 12 active cases on campus. That number is down from 17 active cases last week, with 2 new student cases and 3 new cases among faculty and staff. The overall positivity rate is at 0.04%. As a reminder, we are still in code red for mask on campus. This is due to cases throughout Onondaga County. This all comes at a time when the Dome is making a change to the health policy for entry into games and events. Starting this weekend, kids ages 5 through 11 will no longer need to show a negative COVID test at the gate. All other regulations for game entry still apply.
It's not just Halloween this week, it's also election season. If you're confused about who is on the ballot, our own Adriana Rose Rivera is here to help answer your questions.
Now, folks, there's an election day happening on Tuesday, November 2nd, and there's nothing quite as spooky as taking a look at a ballot and thinking, who the heck do I vote for? So we're breaking it down for you right here on Mornings on the Hill. Now, first things first, if you're a student registered to vote on campus and you live on campus or in the surrounding neighborhoods, you're likely in Ward 16. Now, what's going to determine exactly who's on your ballot is what district you're in, between districts 1 all the way through 5. There's 2 races that differ based on your district. That's county legislator and your town councilor, your city councilor. So be sure to find out, based on your address, what district you're in. All the other races are going to be the same because you're in the 16th ward, but just keep a lookout for that district, those 2 district races. And now moving on to the headlining race, of course, the mayor's race. Incumbent Mayor Ben Walsh is running for re-election against Republican Janet Berman and Democrat Khalid Bey. Now, Mayor Walsh, things are looking pretty good for him in the spending and the money department. He's out-earning everyone. And he closed out the last reporting period with about $258,000 in the bank to Khalid Bey's $23,800 in the bank. Berman's got about $1,092 in the bank. So again, we're going to have to wait till next Tuesday to see how things pan out for the mayor. But in the money department, things are looking good. And early voting is already underway all the way through October 31st. So if you're a student registered to vote on campus, you can go between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. to the Syracuse Community Connection to cast your ballot today. That's going to do it for our Election Day preview here on Mornings on the Hill. Tune in next Wednesday where we'll have an E-Day recap with results and all the scoop right here on OTN. I'm your political correspondent, Adriana Rosas Rivera. Back to you in the studio.
As Halloween is approaching, one local school system is banning students from wearing or reenacting one of the world's most popular shows this week. Fayetteville Manlius school officials told parents that students weren't allowed to wear Squid Game costumes or play the games during recess. In the letter sent out, the school says the costumes, quote, do not meet our school costume guidelines to the potential violent message aligned with the costume. Since releasing on Netflix, Squid Games is attracting over 142 million new viewers in just a few weeks.
This weekend was full of Syracuse spirit and giving. Our own Allison Turner tells us how community members came together to help critically ill children for the first time in 2 years.
Thanks, guys. The On Center was full of Syracuse spirit this weekend as over 500 community members and the Syracuse basketball team gathered in person for the first time in 2 years for the annual Miss Orange Fan Luncheon. Their goal? To help raise money to make critically ill children's wishes come true.
Bedazzled jackets, gift baskets, and even the men's basketball team were all things raffled or auctioned off at the 30th annual Miss Orange Fan Luncheon on Sunday. The money raised goes directly to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, giving critically ill children the chance to fulfill a dream. Make-A-Wish Central New York President and CEO Diane Kupperman says this event helps give children hope during their treatments.
They're so critical as part of their medical protocol. Wishes change lives. They're really more than a nice thing to do. They're a necessary part of their road to recovery, hopefully.
6 or 7 years old to go to Hawaii.
It was life-changing for Amy Bratt, who went on her Make-A-Wish trip to Hawaii for her 7th birthday after being diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma in 1997. She said it gave her the chance to feel like a normal kid again.
That was just an incredible experience for my whole family, going from hospitals and IVs and road trips for surgeries to just getting to go and have fun and to be a family together without any other worry. It was an amazing experience. It definitely held us together during some really hard times.
The Miss Orange Fan Luncheon has been helping grant wishes like Amy's for 30 years. Syracuse men's basketball head coach Jim Boeheim started the event in 1992 to give back and help give children something to smile about.
It all goes, to kids who really need it and benefit from it, and get a once-in-a-lifetime experience. MakeAWish is just no better organization for kids.
The event has raised over $2 million to date and has made hundreds of wishes come true. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Allison Turner.
It is easy to take clean water for granted. Our James Catato tells us how residents in Ilion are working around contaminated water that's affecting their homes.
I wouldn't even give it to my cat. It's just, I don't feel safe.
Glorianne and Jeff Ellard have lived in their Ilion home for 17 years while raising 4 kids, but they can't even use a basic necessity to its full capacity.
We buy water, we don't even cook with the village water. The only thing we use it for is the shower and the laundry.
And they can't even do that without complications. The minerals in the water have left the Ellards with permanent yellow stains on clothes and bathroom utilities. All this while paying more, since Ilion increased its water rate by 2% in June.
I shouldn't have to buy a water filter system just to get the quality of water that I'm already paying for.
Now, the Ellards say they know everybody on this street and that they all go through the same problem that their neighbors do, and that's dirty water with lead and other minerals in it that can harm their children or their animals. But Patrick Bescher, who's the executive director of Mohawk Valley Water Authority, says they have plans in place through Utica that they hope will make the water a little bit cleaner in years to come.
An engineering firm they hired called Barton and LaJudas decided that it might be preferable to shut their water supply down and actually get out of the water business at the village level and connect up to us and have us take over their system.
With this takeover, Bescher says the state-of-the-art pipeline would come directly from Utica, which means not only cleaner water for the residents, but it would also mean new crews to fix problems like the one that happened as I was leaving the Ellard home tonight, when the water main actually broke on the street over.
We'll have maybe better resources to do long-term maintenance projects, faster response times. So I think that the village residents will be much better off in the end.
Bescher says the project is still in progress and is set to finish in 2023.
Your rain jacket may be your new best friend, but can we expect more showers going into the rest of the week? Gabriel Vega has a sneak peek at your weather. How's it looking out there, Gabriel?
Good morning, Michaela. There's a flood warning right now still in effect for Onondaga Lake until further notice. The river is expected to rise above flooding this morning and continue rising for a day or two. And also Route 290 is closed right now between Bridges Street and Green Lakes. After the break, I'll have a complete forecast.
Many may think ticks die after it gets cold outside, but that isn't exactly true.
We'll have more on ticks and weather after the break. Stay with us.
With flood alerts, now may not be the time to keep your phone on silent. It's time to check your weather for today.
Our Gabriel Vega is live out on University Ave to tell you what to expect.
Good morning, everyone. So we still got flood warnings in Onondaga Lake and Liverpool. That's how much rain we've been getting in the last few days. Look at this video right now. This was Kennedy Road yesterday at Nedrow, about 10 minutes from campus. Route 290 is still closed right now. Lots of other roads are closed, Lafayette and Locke. Look at all this water we got yesterday. We got 1.5 to 3 inches yesterday, depending on where you were in New York. We can dry out today and for the next few days. Let's look at today's forecast actually and see what we're gonna see. So this morning it will be 49 degrees, partly cloudy. This afternoon we'll get a high of 55, still a little cloudy. And then tomorrow we're going to get some sunny weather with a high of 61. Really nice day. So if you're going out, go out after your break, during your break, because you're going to get some sun. Enjoy it because it's going to rain this weekend for Halloween. Saturday we're going to get 58 degrees with some showers. It's going to rain for Halloween. It's going to be 59 degrees. So prepare for that. Bring a raincoat, jacket. And Monday we're at 55, partly cloudy. And that's the weather for today. Enjoy Halloween. Lots of water right now, but enjoy Halloween. Enjoy this weekend. I'm Gabriel Vega from Mornings on Hill.
As the cold weather approaches, many parasites are finding ways to live and reproduce.
Our Alexis Raleigh tells us why Lyme disease is continuing to spread despite weather changes.
Behind me is SUNY ESF, where I spoke with an expert about the tick population that has been reported this fall. Many people are avoiding outdoor activities because of the fear of Lyme disease and other co-infections. Even though colder weather is upon us, ticks are still finding a way to stay alive.
When the temperature drops, many bugs, such as ticks, still find a way to stay prevalent. A common misconception is that ticks die off in cold weather, but in fact it's the opposite. SUNY ESF professor Dr. Brian Ledet says that ticks burrow under leaves and dirt until they find a host. Ledet says ticks are always active due to their life cycle, especially this season.
Right now, the adult ticks are active. This is when the adult ticks are out. There's 3 free living life stages. There's the larva, there's the nymph, and the adult. The adult ticks are active in the fall. That's just the timing of their life cycle here in the Northeast.
Ledet says the best way to prevent a tick bite is always being aware outside. He says that bug spray and tucking your pants in your socks are ways to avoid Lyme disease. Even though it's very common in central New York, Ledet doesn't think the species will ever go away.
Ticks are so hard to control. Once they're there, they're there. It's important for areas that don't have a tick problem to prevent ticks from establishing.
Lyme disease patient Nikki Shields suffers from the infectious disease after getting bit. Shields says she wants others to know how severe a tick bite can be. Shields found a tick on her in the winter and is now on several medications as the disease became chronic.
I get migraines and it's just like anything, like a noise, a light, it sets it off, and it's like it gets to the point where I'm like throwing up nonstop. The meds don't help.
Research on ways to slow down the population of ticks is still in progress.
Always remember to check yourself after being outside because ticks attach themselves to any part of the body. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Alexis Raleigh.
MND students have received an inaugural award from Newhouse. Professor Melissa Chesser and Adam Pertua advises the 61% project that was awarded by the Online Journalism Awards. The project is about a college student's mental health and lays out resources like the cost of therapy, insurance, medication, and even book recommendations to help students' mental health. This award is just another to add to the team's collection.
The World Series is right around the corner and football season is coming to a close as basketball season is underway.
More in sports is coming your way up next.
Hi, I'm Lauren Helmbrecht, and I've got your sports update today. The World Series started off with a bang last night. On the third pitch of the game, Jorge Soler hit a home run, and it was only up from there. The Atlanta Braves went on to win 6-2 over the Houston Astros. Game 2 of the World Series is tonight at 8 p.m. Back on campus, Boston College is coming to town this weekend, and the Orange have a chance for a 2-game win streak. On Saturday, Blacksburg, Virginia was bumping as Syracuse took on Virginia Tech. And number 34 scored an early touchdown. Sean Tucker was just doing Tucker things. He now leads the nation in rushing yards with 1,060. The defense did its thing too. Stephon Thompson with a big sack in the second. But Garrett Schrader was the star of the show. He had 5 touchdowns and 410 yards. Cuse went on to win on a last-second touchdown. Here's Schrader going at it again, but we'll get to see this last-second touchdown. I was so excited because the Orange got to walk-off win, 19 seconds left in the game. There we have it. Now time for basketball. The men's team had its first exhibition game tonight against Pace. And how are they looking? Well, we got to see the squad take the court over the weekend. Fans packed into the Dome on Friday for Orange tip-off.
We're anxious to get going here, so let's try to get this thing on the road now. But this team is extremely fast, and we're gonna come out and shoot the ball.
And shoot they did. In a team competition, Buddy Boeheim impressed the crowd with a half-court shot. Check out this reaction. And the men's and women's team competed in a 3-point contest. Back and forth, it was the blue team versus the white team. We get to see Jimmy Boeheim and Buddy Boeheim hit some threes, but Joe Girard was the real star here. He hit 13 out of 15 shots. And in honor of Halloween week, the men brought out all the tricks during the dunk contest. Fans and the women's team were really in for a treat. We get to see a little jump over someone there, 10 out of 10, and a little behind the back action. Here's some dancing from some of the grad transfers. The night ended with an inter-squad scrimmage, a little bit of back and forth between the orange and white teams. Game time tonight is at 7 p.m. at the Dome. The women's team has their first game on November 10th against Monmouth at the Dome as well. That's it for sports. Back to you, Kritzia.
Local SBC organization is hurting for money for animal resources.
Is now open for all cat lovers. Stay with us for those stories and more just ahead.
SU is announcing a new addition to the residency program for online students. It's called the Whitman Challenge and is what the university calls an experimental learning opportunity for the MBA program. During the 3-day residency, students will work directly with business leaders in the field they want to go into and understand the analytics, day-to-day challenges, and overall operation of a professional business plan. The first round of Whitman Challenge is already underway, with more to take place in the future.
Finally this morning, we take you to a place where cats and caffeine go hand in hand.
Or in the case, hand in paw. Mornings on the Hill correspondent Jasmine Lee has the perfect story.
Not only does Luna Cafe serve a mix of Midwestern family recipes and traditional Japanese dishes, it also provides a stress-relieving quality time with cats for local residents. Owner of Luna Cafe, Josh Davis, says he initially had the goal of opening up at the end of 2019.
COVID did have a massive impact. And plus we were super worried as we were opening. We were like, oh man, 50% capacity, we're already a small cafe. But that luckily went away as long as we kept our table spread and whatnot. So.
Despite the difficulties the cafe faced when opening up, the cafe has been seeing lots of customers even on weekdays. Manager of Luna Cafe, Addie Livingston, says Luna Cafe provides a calming environment for students to do their work while hanging out with cats.
We get a lot of students coming and bringing their laptops and their textbooks and stuff, and they just go and sit in the cat room,
hang out with cats and have like a calming environment to do their work.
Davis says he wanted to open up a cat cafe after visiting some in Japan. He decided to create a full-service restaurant that serves a meal and offers a place to play with cats.
So I want to provide that space where they can eat good food, hang out with cats, have a chill time.
Luna Cafe is open from Tuesdays through Sundays and offers a 10% discount for students. NCC News, Jasmine Lee.
By the way, Luna Cafe is located on the 1000th block of East Fayette Street.
If you need your cat or coffee fix, it opens at noon.
This is going to do it for us on this Wednesday here on Mornings on the Hill. I'm Kritia Williams. Follow us on social media and show us your Halloween costumes.
I'm Michaela Armstrong. Thanks for watching, Orange Nation. Don't forget to stay safe this Halloween weekend. We'll see you next Wednesday live at 10 a.m. right here on OTN.